Um, what else I want to ask? Roof, brand new. Been in the house 2 years, and I know you said this is like your final home. So how long do you guys plan on being in the home?
Probably till we retire. So
Another 20 years?
I'd say 15.
15?
Because near the end, we're probably I'm the one that has to take care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's gone right now. Travel.
Okay.
And so there's gonna come a point where I'm done. So.
You're done taking care of
Yeah,
it?
so I'm guessing 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah, unless we hire out, but that costs money too.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Because you have kids.
Yeah.
You
Definitely.
got free labor. Joking.
Oh, I know.
Hey, kids. Joking.
or do foster care.
Yeah. She
That's
doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
She'll bring you some sticks.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome. So basically, like I said, it's a no-brainer. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this bill, and we're just going to replace it with a solar bill. It's very simple. The hardest part about this process is really just getting people qualified. The first thing, are you on the bill? I didn't look at that. Is your name? Are you the?
We both. I think it's on the bottom. Yeah, we both are.
Okay.
Except for they
Perfect.
spelled my name wrong. It's with an E instead of an O.
Okay. Well, I have to spell it that way.
Okay.
Otherwise, Dakota Electric
Okay.
will deny your application.
Okay. And that's her name, A-N.
Yep. So I will have to spell it the way they
Okay,
spelled it.
no problem.
Even though it's spelled wrong, but I still got to spell it
Yeah.
that way.
Okay.
But anyway, so the hardest part is just getting people qualified. The first step, of course, getting you financially qualified. The financial qualification is going to get you that consistent bill. It's like buying a car.
Yeah.
So you finance the car, you have your set payment. Once you
Yeah.
pay it off, it's yours.
That's
how
what we
solar
did
works.
with gas, and it's really nice.
Yeah, so it's very simple. So we do. That's how the solar works.
Okay.
And so you're getting rid of this. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay them anymore. You just
Yeah.
pay your solar bill, and then once it's done, you have free. No
Awesome.
cost electricity.
Yeah.
The next point of getting you qualified is we're gonna within the next 24, 48 hours we're gonna have a guy come out. He's gonna get on this big roof.
Okay.
Check all those
Have
things
fun.
out. Get in the attic. Make sure everything is
Okay.
up to code and things like
Yeah.
that. It shouldn't be a problem, especially
Yeah.
with the people who built the house.
Yeah.
But once that passes, you're going to go for a long stint without hearing us.
Okay.
Probably about 8 weeks.
Okay.
That's the permitting process. I always tell people no news is good news. If you're hearing from us, that means we didn't do the paperwork right.
Okay.
Something went wrong.
Okay.
And that's why. But if you don't hear from us, that's why. It's going to take about 90 to 180 days for the whole process to happen, just so you know.
Okay.
So that's a simple thing like that. So I just have a little story.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it easy so that my 4-year-old understands it. So it's
All right.
real simple.
Okay.
And it kind of educates you on everything that's going to
Yeah.
happen.
All right.
The first step is this is why
Mm-hmm.
solar, or why people are kind of jumping ship
Okay.
in that sense. We've been producing electricity like this. And being here in Minnesota, I've seen a lot of this smog, smoke. I'm
There's
like,
a lot, especially when you get more near the cities. And
yeah,
stuff.
so I'm like, wow, that's really, this is like real. Like it's really happening.
Yeah.
Where I used to live in Rhode Island, they had the same power plant and they would produce the smog.
Mm-hmm.
Massachusetts closed it down. They're 100% renewable energy state, kind of like
Okay.
California. But this is the thing here. This is the environmental part
Okay.
of why people
Okay.
are switching over. The other part is what we just talked about with this guy.
Yeah.
Is right now you're in agreement with them.
Uh-huh.
It's lifetime and it's non-negotiable.
Okay.
They can change the rate at any time, any point, and you have to pay it because they're the monopoly. We
Right,
can't
right.
switch. That's the whole thing with that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think about it that way, but have you ever thought about that, or ever thought about, is there any other aspect of your life besides utilities where you have agreed to pay for a life and have no negotiation?
Timeshare. But yeah.
But you understand the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Over our lifetime, and like if we're in that same generation, we're looking at spending close to $250,000 or more on the cost of electricity.
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. She's fine.
She's licking
I
Kevin.
have, I've had a couple cats and two dogs. And
I just hear her
so-
nails. I don't want her bothering you.
No problem. The good thing one of the things that you said is the consistency, so you don't want to have to deal with the rising rates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know you haven't been in the home long,
Yeah.
but you've paid for electricity
Yeah.
for the last, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
while. So you know the price of electricity, kind of like I have told you about in the last 10 years, it's grown about 60%.
Okay.
So, and we're looking at the same In the next 10 years, that it's going to go up another 60%.
Okay.
The national average is about 6.7%. That
Okay.
electricity goes up every year.
Well, we also have that underground fence for her, so that's like always on.
Yeah,
I don't know how much that emits, but yeah.
so that'll help out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, remember the question you asked, like, I don't know how it's going to work here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
The sun produces enough power in 1 hour to power the planet for a year.
But we have so much ice and snow, and aren't they putting holes in the roof? And
So that's a good question. So the
Yeah.
way they install the solar panels, they use a racking system. The racking system, that's why the guy's going to get up on the roof. He's
Yeah.
going to measure the rafters. Because all they're doing is doing what is called a lag screw into the rafter.
okay,
They put a metal shingle underneath your shingles, and they geosil it.
will it void my warranty
No,
since I just got a new roof?
I haven't seen that. In my
Okay.
5 years, I've never seen it
Okay,
void a
because we were
warranty.
worried about that too. Because since we have this new roof, I think it's 15, 20-year warranty. We don't want to have that voided.
Right. I just had a new roof too, and I
Okay.
talked with the installer, and that's not a problem.
Okay. Okay.
So so they geosil it. They use the same thing that they use for spaceships. So
Okay.
So that's how they do that.
All right.
And then the panels actually attach to the racking system. So the panels kind of float. So
Okay.
the panels are actually going to protect your new roof
Okay.
wherever the panels are.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't really see carpet, but if you have carpet and you have a sofa,
Yeah.
underneath the sofa, it's like
Okay.
brand new.
So
that's-
ice and stuff won't mess it up.
Exactly.
Okay.
And coming to that part, it's going to be rooftop solar. Rooftop solar eliminates maintenance for you because there's no moving parts. So
Okay.
right now you have Dakota Electric. You're worry free. You turn your lights
Yeah.
on. You don't have to worry about things.
Yeah.
We want it to be the same. All you're doing
Okay.
is just switching of how you're getting your electricity. So it's worry free. You don't have to worry about anything about that.
Yeah.
You will have a monitoring system, so you'll know exactly how much power your panels are producing.
Okay.
And you'll have that on your tablet or phone, things like
Okay.
that. And if there's any issues with the panels, it is technology. You have a 25-year warranty. They'll come out and swap it out for you.
Okay.
And we're a full service provider, so you just
We
give us a
won't
call.
even be here that long, probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So
and it's transferable to the new homeowner.
Yeah.
And it does, and solar does give out resale value,
Yeah.
which is great as well.
which we need that because it took like 2 years to sell this house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because nobody wanted it. It's
Yeah.
too big.
Well, the good thing about it is that them moving in and not having an electric
Yeah.
bill, that's a big enticement.
Oh,
Like,
that
ooh,
is good.
I
Yeah,
never-
because
I
people
just-
don't like how it's a 90s look.
Mhm.
That was the last time it was renovated.
Gotcha.
So we're doing little by little, but we can't renovate the whole thing in just a few years. So we want the resale value to
Yes.
go up. Yeah.
That's the good part about it is that you're offering a home large size,
Yeah.
the multi pool, no electric bill.
Yeah.
What? No electric bill?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the
Awesome.
great part
Okay.
about it. Also, again, but the snow, the panels are triple black,
Yeah.
so they attract the heat of the sun. They're rated that they can actually produce with up to 8 inches of snow on them as well. But the panels heat up, the snow slides off just like the rear defrost in your
Yeah.
car.
So that'll help too.
Yeah, so don't worry, you know, as long as you don't have any small children, because it's like an avalanche, it will knock them down.
There's a lot of animals. Yeah.
You know, so you may work up to a buried cat or something like that. but
Yeah.
other than that, it does that.
Okay.
They use an inverter. The inverter is what converts the
Yeah.
DC electricity to AC,
Okay.
so you can use it in your home.
Okay.
Now, the good thing about it, in the state of Minnesota, has mandated that Dakota Electric, they have to buy your energy from you. So
Oh.
during the daytime, you're going to produce probably about 70% of your energy. Remember that 1 hour of the
Yeah.
sun can produce so much power.
Yeah.
So your home is not going to be able to use all that energy. So they're going to change your meter to a net meter. It's right now your meter only spins forward, it's just your charger. This one spins backwards when you're sending energy
Awesome.
back. And what you do is you gain credits. So and then at night when there's no sun, you get those credits back. So you're kind of just debiting and crediting.
So we're buying the material or renting the material, but our electric is.
You'll own the system.
We'll own the system.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's going to be you're going to own the system. That's why you get the value from it. You
Okay.
get the resale value.
Okay.
And then the energy that's sold to Dakota Electric, you'll get the monetary value for that.
Okay.
And they pay you out every year. So
Oh.
every year, any credits you have, they pay you out for it.
That's great.
So it's a great thing as well.
How much would that be?
It just depends on how much energy your system produces
Yeah.
And how much you use.
and how much you use.
Oh,
So
so
the
it
more,
might not be a lot for us.
yeah. So what the thing about it is that a lot of people become more, when they have solar, they just become more conscious. They become
Yeah.
more efficient and things like that. And we help out with that. We do replace all your lighting with LED light bulbs. I don't know if you already have done that or
Okay.
not.
There's some.
So yeah. So we,
Yeah.
but we
Some of them I
replace.
can't reach.
Yeah. We replace it all with LED lighting for you.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh,
We do that. Yeah. So we give you LED lighting for the whole house. We give you a Nest thermostat. I know you have 3 zones, but at least one zone will be smart.
Okay. Well, there's one down there. That's one we use
Yeah.
the most.
So we
Yeah.
give you the Nest thermostat, which is a smart one where you can control it right from your phone and
Okay.
things like that, which is great. And then the best part about it is the tax credit.
Uh-huh.
So let's say your system costs $100,000. Okay. The government's going to give you $26,000 off that cost.
Okay.
And the tax credit. And when you file your taxes, as long as you're working, I'm sure you said your wife was,
Yeah.
so she's working.
Yeah, she's
So when
and
you
I'll be
file-
working
you'll
like
be-
by
yeah.
June or July.
Yeah, so once you file your taxes with that, that turns into almost like a kind of like a child tax credit.
Okay.
And you'll get that money back
Okay.
at the end of the year.
Okay.
Any questions for me besides price?
What is it? Why does it say 0 and 20?
So what happens is this is my conspiracy mind.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 2019 it was 30%.
Yeah. no,
2020
Well, actually, before 2018, it actually was at one point it was like 32.
it was over 30.
No, I think it was 32% at one point. About 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. But
Yeah, back in 15 it was still 30%.
okay.
Okay.
So 30%. 2020 was 26%.
Okay.
2022 is going to be 22%, and then it goes away. So remember how I said the state of California just passed that
Yeah.
mandate? So I think that the federal government is kind of feeling like each state is going to start making homeowners do it.
Okay.
And so they're like, okay, we're not paying you anymore
Yeah.
if you have to do
You
it.
don't really see it around here. You see solar farms.
Yeah, you see the solar farms are
Yeah.
big, residential solar. And the only reason why I noticed that in my travels, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of companies here in Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys, well, you're local, right?
I'm local,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you had to fly in.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
There's not a lot of companies,
Yeah.
solar companies here, where in New Jersey, Connecticut, and North Carolina, you can probably get 400 different quotes.
Okay.
You know?
When we were in Maryland, we always had people knocking.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yep.
on my
Maryland
door.
too.
Yeah.
Yep. Maryland's a big market.
Here, it's all roofs. Roofs. I must have had 10 roof people, and finally my neighbor had a good one. And so I just used them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you guys got the hail stamp.
Yeah.
Damages. Oh, that's the other thing. The only thing that's not covered by on the panels is, of course, acts of God.
Okay.
So hail, and it has to be the big hail. They can withstand 150 miles per hour fastball. So if the hail isn't like that, tennis ball size
we
hail.
get the biggest I've seen here is maybe that big.
Yeah. So if it's not the big hail, you'll see when the guys are installing it. It takes about a day to install it, just so you know. You'll see them there walking on it and stuff like that. So it can withstand a lot of pressure. But in any case, if something happens, your homeowner's insurance will cover it for you.
Oh, okay.
And just so you know, I've in my last 5 years, I've seen the homeowner's insurance go up $0. The most I've ever seen it go up is $12.
Okay.
So it just depends on how
We
your
have
policy is set.
USA, and they're pretty good.
Oh, yeah, because you're
I am a veteran.
you're a veteran too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. You Army too?
I've had like 4 lives.
Oh,
Air
were you
Force.
Army? Air
Air
Force?
Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife was a Marine.
Oh,
Well, it
cool.
still is a Marine. Sorry.
Okay.
Once a Marine,
Yeah.
always a Marine. So yeah.
Yeah, those jar
Yeah.
heads.
Thank you for your service. Awesome. Any other questions for me besides price?
No, I think that's it.
You think that's it? Anything? What else, Kevin? What else did I tell you?
Well,
am I leaving anything out? Because Kevin was where you were just last week. Remember I told you.
There was a thing that I was looking at that the project's solar website.
Project Summit. Yeah, I told her how we looked at her roof, which
Yeah.
was great.
But after we had looked at her roof, I was looking at some of the other stuff on there, and there was one thing that it said that with solar panels, with solar system on your house, that actually increases or speeds up 70% or 17% increases the sellability of the house,
Oh, okay.
along
awesome.
with the increase in property value.
Oh wow!
Okay.
And I don't know about. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
This is my this is probably my second trip here. So it's not like I've done a lot here versus what I've done on the East Coast. But I've had homeowners in Connecticut get solar before they even turn the solar on. Their house is sold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So in that case, things
Yeah.
like that.
In Maryland, when we were looking at it, they had options when it came to the cost that you could rent it and have a set
Payment. Yep.
payment, or you could purchase it and then have like a zero payment or whatever, because our electric wasn't that much over there. It just helped out with just overall money, period. How does that work here?
So what we offer is ownership. We don't offer the lease, or it's a program called a PPA.
Okay.
And that's basically where right now you're paying, say, 15 cents a kilowatt with Dakota Electric, where we would say offer you 12 cents.
Okay.
And we would kind of guarantee that rate wouldn't go any higher than this over the next 20 years.
Okay.
So that's what they
So
did
it's
in Maryland.
locked in.
Which is, it's like a locked in rate.
Okay.
Where ownership is like this, where you own the actual solar system, so you get all the benefits from the credit from the
Yeah.
utility company. You get the tax credit.
Okay.
And then once the system is paid off, you have no bill
Okay.
whatsoever.
So how long does that take?
In Minnesota, because of the sun hours,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking about 10, 11 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so just your ROI, about 10, 11 years.
Okay.
So it's all about the sun hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're in Florida, you may be looking at 4 or 5 years,
Okay.
things like that. So
Yeah.
it's just all about where you are.
Wait, do the credits help pay it off?
Yes, the credits that's help pay it off.
So
Yeah.
we get down.
Yep. So if
Okay.
you use the credits to pay it off, you can pay it off faster.
Interesting.
And
But
the
it
final-
still will take 10 to 11 years in Minnesota to do it?
Yeah, about Minnesota. That's your,
Okay.
they call it your return
Well,
on
and you
investment.
could pay it, depending, on your finances and stuff like that too. You could pay it down faster.
Okay, so you can...
You can prepay it as well. There's no prepayment
So I
penalty.
mean, so like, let's say you guys go ahead and you go ahead and sign up today,
Yeah,
and let's say the 1st of June we're out here and get the system installed, and by let's say the 1st of July, Dakota Power is out here and all and all the inspections are done and they've put the new net meter in, and so you've got it activated. You could come, which I mean on the payment plan, you're not paying for 60 days after, but you could literally, say the 15th of July, write the check and and pay it all off if you so chose,
okay.
but and then but I sat on one house that we were at yesterday after we left. I was on my way home after we got done for the night today, and I was just kind of going through and just rough calculation. I mean, I figured that house, just because of the roughly 16% increase in value, that it would have increased the value of that house probably in at least about 6 to 10 grand.
Okay.
At least, and so when you factor in the 26% you get from the government, and now I'm not sure if Dakota gives like Excel, because this family was in Excel,
Okay.
and so Excel has a rebate program on top.
I saw a lot of stuff about solar on
that
their website.
they give a credit back over 10 years.
Okay.
Which in the case of that house, it was like about $8,000.
Yeah.
And so with their credit from the government with that $8,000, and they essentially would, with all the credits, would have actually only be paying about 15 to 20% or so of the cost of the system that they would have been paying, out of pocket
Yeah.
themselves. And
Okay.
so
Cool. I know I can't make a decision today. My wife is a lawyer, so she has to hear everything and look at everything, and but it sounds really good. If I could have info that I could show her, and she'll be back Sunday, or something like that so she could look at and read, that'd be nice. Yeah.
I think would she be upset if you saved her money?
No.
So, well, this is well, I'm just going to go through the numbers with you. This is us, A plus, Better Business Bureau, happy customers. Like I said, fast install, takes about a day.
Okay.
For your size system, I would say 2 days because you guys use a whole bunch of electricity.
Will there be more panels?
Yeah, so you need more
okay.
panels than normal.
Okay.
Not sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
No, I get it. Trust me. I want more panels.
We use nothing but top tier panels, monocrystalline, triple black. These eliminate the maintenance. They have like a 50 to 60 year lifespan,
Wow.
which is great for when you resell, things like that. And our process is easy, and the hardest part, you just like I said, is just making a friend with us.
Yeah.
You didn't offer us any coffee, so I'm upset with you.
I could make some. I don't drink coffee. I'm sorry.
No,
we
I'm
have
joking.
a coffee
I'm
maker.
We're joking.
So here's where you are right now. They have you over the next, you said about 15 years.
Yeah.
So you guys, your average electric bill will be about $766.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it's very nasty.
Yeah.
So you're looking at spending $220,000 if you did decide to stay over the next 25 years. So this is the cost you would be avoiding by dropping this.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't think your wife would be upset if you drop that.
Yeah.
And the process takes about 6 months. So
Could
you guys
send me this and I could send her that?
and you guys have plenty of time. But this is what the cost of solar would be.
Yeah.
It would just be $71,000,
Okay.
$697. We finance it for you, $20 or $499.
Okay.
Your payment is $361 a month.
Okay.
The tax credit would be $18,641. If you take that tax credit and put it back in, your payment stays at $361. If you took the tax credit and redid the kitchen, nobody's mad at you. Your payment would be $490.
But how long will we get that tax credit? How?
So they give you 18 months to get the tax credit.
Oh, you get it once.
Yes.
I see.
So you get it. So it's a lump sum.
Okay.
So they give you 18 months to get the tax credit.
So if we take that and put it back in.
Yep. Your payment will just stay at that low payment
Okay.
of $361.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's why I said it's very simple. It's a no-brainer.
Okay.
So basically, like I said, today all we're doing is just the paperwork. We
Yeah.
still have to get the house qualified.
Yeah.
You have to qualify. You do have a total of 3 business days to review all the paperwork with your wife. You can stop the process all the way up until the roof plant. They put that first screw into your roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know what I mean. It's totally up to you.
Who comes here and, because since they kept adding on to the house, we have an old electric panel on the far side. That's the original one. And then 2 newer ones to hold all the additions in the basement.
Yeah. So they would probably check all of them.
So do you have 1 meter or 3 meters? Where's your meter at?
It would be outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's on that side.
You have 1 meter.
I don't know.
So
I don't know
basically,
that.
it sounds like you have 1 meter, but
I would
2 sub
I would
panels.
guess you have.
3 sub.
3 sub panels. Yeah. So you have 3 sub panels, but it's still 1 meter.
Okay.
That's all
okay.
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I would guess that you only have 1 meter, and then it comes into one panel, and then from that panel they do what they call sub panels and break it up. You know?
Okay.
And so you have
Yeah, because we have the really old one and then 2 newer ones that look like the only reason they had to do 2 is because there was
not enough
too many. Yeah. Things.
not enough slots.
Yeah.
So how would you feel? How would you feel about just getting everything started, getting you at least get you financially qualified, and then getting the house qualified, and then that way you'll have all this paperwork because everything is emailed to you, so you'll have it all in email. You can email it to her, and you guys can talk about it. And if she agrees, you're on course. Like I said, it can take 3 to 6 months. If she doesn't agree, you can stop the course.
So when will that start? The 361?
60 days after the panels are installed.
So not till like almost fall,
Yeah, basically.
basically.
Yeah.
And then that
You'll get that
credit.
next tax season next year
And then
for
that'll-
2021.
we could put that directly on there.
Yep.
Or use it for something else. More
So-
likely we'll put it on there. We're pretty good with money.
Right.
But otherwise you could, how do you get this down lower? You just pay more towards the balance.
Yep. Pay more towards the balance. Yeah.
So is this,
This is not final. So the more you put towards this balance, this number will change.
so why if we put that towards that stays the same?
Because basically it's just a 26%. So right now
That
you're just paying on the 26%. Did you
The,
use the
the
26%?
rebate, the government rebate is factored in.
Oh, it's factored in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What does this mean? $490 monthly payment if loan payment is not made.
Yeah. So basically, if you don't do the voluntary pay down of the government assistance, your payment just
You'd be
becomes
dumb
$490.
not to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I just had a homeowner in Florida.
Yeah.
They got the 30%. He just called me. I want to say 3 days ago. He's like, "Hey Howard, I just got my tax credit. Do I have to give it to them?"
Oh no, I understand that.
And I'm like, you don't have to. But a lot of homeowners that I've seen, what they do is, let's say you have a car loan.
We have a lot of things we need to do. Yeah.
Let's say you have a car loan and you're paying $400 a month on a car loan, plus you're paying $500 a month on an electric bill. That's $900. You
Yeah.
get rid of the car loan,
Yeah.
and then you only have a $490 month payment.
That's true. Yeah.
So people just use whatever's economically
Yeah.
feasible. That's all.
Okay. Would you have to put both of us on it?
No,
Since
just you can just go
even
on.
though I'm not working right now?
Yeah, well, it's household income, so we'll just go by your household income.
I don't know. Let me text.
Okay. Want to text her?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I didn't do it today, what would happen? Would you guys have to come back out
Yes,
here?
we have to
and-
come back out, and that's the hardest part because we run appointments from 10 to 8 every day. So just getting back out is the hard part. That's why we try to get the paperwork done while we're here. That's the only thing. And like I said, no, it's totally up to you.
Right. But you're gonna be around for a while. I mean, right?
Well, Kevin will be, but it's just fitting you back on the appointment schedule.
Right.
That's the only thing. I go back home Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah, I go home for 2 weeks and then I come back. I don't know. I think I'm going. I might not see you for a while, Kevin. I think I'm going to Texas where it's warm.
You wimp.
It's cold here.
I can't stand the winters here.
I'll probably come back in the
I've
spring.
learned-
I'll come back in the spring.
I've learned to just not go outside.
Yeah.
And unless I have to take the trash cans. And you saw how long our driveway
Yes.
is. I hate it.
That is.
And I have this one bush out there that's really old, but I
Oh,
love
that's
it.
that's short.
And yeah,
That's a short driveway.
it's long for me. I'm
I've-
used to these typical neighborhoods where it's
Yeah,
right.
it's
on
right
the
there.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on drive because most of my life I've been in the landscaping,
Oh, yeah.
tree
Oh,
industry,
you'd love our yard.
and
Once it, I'll show you some pictures in a minute.
and I've been on drive, where you're driving 1.5 miles, 2 miles back to get into the house.
Oh wow.
Matter of fact, there's a house in Bloomington that
Where'd you get that done at? Etsy or Epsy? What is it?
My dad got it for me for Christmas.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
So are you the cook?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Love cooking.
Yeah. What's your specialty?
Really anything, as long as it's something that we just want to eat. And what I like doing is I'll look up like 5 different recipes and get the aspects of what I like out of all of them, and then combine it together and make something. And so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I just text her.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
been
but-
texting me, so hopefully she's not busy.
You got the wolf stove too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When we moved in, it had a French cooktop. Had no clue what to do with that thing. It's this big square thing.
Mhm.
It had a grill and it had 2 burners. But then this square thing was circles. And apparently the middle's the hottest. Almost like you could use for a wok.
Ah.
And you can remove the circles, and apparently it's for French cooking, so you can do sauces and have things simmering on the outside but cooking in the middle. I tried cooking on that thing for like 2 weeks. I was like, you gotta get this thing out. So we were kind of stuck with the dimensions, and we like the way that the other one, that was a wolf also, this one looked, so we just got it with all burners and just a grill. And so it matches my style a lot better.
Yeah. So the burner. Oh, and you have a flat iron grill too, so you can do like stir fry
Nope,
and
that's a grill.
where you can just do pancakes right on it directly, no pot.
Here, I'll show you. It lifts up.
Oh, like
Yeah.
George Foreman.
What I do with what you're talking about is I just have a long thing that overlays this.
Gotcha.
And yeah, because I want the burners. Yeah. But
Yeah, because I thought those come with the flat
Yeah, you
flat
can get
ones
it.
too, right?
I can interchange that. All you have to do is get the
The attachments.
and because the top of the burners come off two at a time, and the only thing that's different is the grill is red heat.
Oh, it's infrared heat?
Yeah, infrared heat. So that's different from the gas,
Gotcha.
but it all works. And, but I wanted to show him. I'm waiting for her to text back.
No problem.
She was texting earlier, so unless she's in a meeting or something,
So you make some good paninis on that grill.
yeah, it'd be cool. The best is to do pork chops, but it has a good vent system, but the pork chops still fill the whole area with smoke.